Could hypersigils be the key to using your creativity to move you towards your goals? Let's talk a little bit about that. Hey guys, welcome back to Tipharot, welcome back to Mind Mastery. It's me, Matt here, and in this episode we're going to talk about something that someone requested recently, which is hypersigils. Now, first off, before we discuss hypersigils, I want to go into a bit about what a sigil is. A sigil is essentially a little symbol or image that you create to represent a particular desire or goal that you imprint into your subconscious in some manner, usually via a process of directed focus and release, and when that happens, your subconscious absorbs it and kind of acts on it. So essentially it's like a little way of reprogramming your subconscious, of getting it to do things for you, of getting it to work for you, of getting results in your life. And a hypersigil is essentially a term coined by Grant Morrison to talk about using your kind of creative pursuit as like a giant sigil, like this giant symbol for what you want to achieve in your life. So I've already got a video about regular sigils, and I'm going to put a link to that over here. So if you guys haven't seen that, you guys don't know how to make a sigil, what a sigil is, all of that, then check that out. I don't want to like rehash the whole process in this video, so check that one out. It's already got all the information there. And after you've watched that, come back here and we'll talk a little bit about hypersigils. So every one of us has some kind of creative talent. A lot of us aren't using it, we don't put our creativity to use, but a lot of us are. And whether you're using it or not, you do have some natural creative talents. Maybe you're a good artist, maybe you're a great poet, maybe you could be the next, big fiction writer. Whatever it is, we all have that kind of innate ability to be creative in some field or another. And this is what we're going to use for making hypersigils. Now, Grant Morrison talks about his comics, The Invisibles, and in these comics he actually decided, since he had experience of sigil magic, and since he'd seen that certain events in his comics started appearing in his real life, that he was going to try and experiment with this. He was going to write in some events into these next comics based on things that he wanted in his life. So for example, he was looking for some particular girl, so he put her in the comics, and lo and behold, he started finding lots and lots of girls that all matched that description. And he did this in other ways, and he played around with it, and he said he was amazed by it. He noticed that whatever he put down in his comics started happening to him, because one of the characters in his comics was slightly based off him. So you can think about this, and you can kind of tweak this and use it for whatever you're good at creatively. So if you're good at writing, you can perhaps make a character in your novel that represents you, and make a great life in your novel for this character. Make it so that, they have all the wealth they want, they have all the friends they want, they have the greatest relationship, they're the hero of the story, they're always, conquering their fears, their phobias, all of that. Make them who you want to be. Design this person. And this doesn't have to be in, the novel that you're, going off and selling to people on Amazon or whatever. This can be just a private little story that you write. You can write your own story. Use your skill in fiction writing to write a story about your ideal self. Write a story about what they're doing, write about the challenges they have to face and the creative ways they overcome them. You can write about the people that they're going to meet or the job that they're going to get. You can do all of these things. And the thing is, as I've mentioned in videos before, your subconscious really doesn't differentiate between fact and fiction. It treats everything that it absorbs as if it was fact. It treats it like, it's kind of like your eyes, I would say. Your eyes, when they see something, they assume it's there, it's real. Even if they see an illusion, they believe what they see. Your subconscious is very similar. It believes what it's told. What you tell the subconscious is like what it's seeing, and so if you tell it, this fiction story, it believes that. It can suspend disbelief and believe that. So when you actually use that and you make a fiction story that depicts your future self with all these great things, your subconscious can start to believe that about your actual self. And this can have an effect similar to visualization, to sigil magic, to any of these things that, transform your way of thinking and transform your actions, which then lead to you transforming your circumstances. So the reality of this is really very powerful, and the great thing about it is this is a lot more fun than some of the other processes, because, everyone likes to be creative. Like, a lot of people have put it aside because, they say, well, I've got no time to be creative, I need to be working, I need to be doing this. But other people have made it their career, and whether you have or not, you should get out that creativity and at least try it for this. Try and make your own hypersigil. If you're an artist, perhaps paint a painting of your ideal home, or paint a journey, you know, like almost like a comic strip. You could paint it out like a journey that you go through, how you perhaps conquer your biggest fear, all the steps that you take along the way, and then how you walk out triumphant at the end. Use your imagination. Think about what it is that you want to achieve, and think about how you could use your creative medium of choice to depict that actually happening. And the other thing I suggest with this is to revisit this creative medium and continue with it. So if you do a painting, you know, for your ideal house, make it part of a, you know, a story. Make it part of a story of, you know, your future self and how they find this house and then what they do there afterwards. Because the more you engage that same kind of world that you've created for yourself in your mind, the more it comes to be like a real world inside your mind. What I mean by this is recently people have asked like fiction writers and that what their characters are to them, and a lot of them say that initially their characters start off as just an idea that they write down on paper. But after some time, once they've been writing for those characters for a while, it's almost like that character takes on a real live personality in their minds that they can go into at any time, and they know what that character would say or do or think in this situation. So by you revisiting this creative medium that you're using for this hypersigil, and revisiting the characters, the locations, all of this, you're cementing this kind of real part of your brain. You're cementing this real part in your subconscious that actually fits that image that you're creating. So you can shape it to be however you like. And as a result of that, your subconscious is slowly going to shift more and more, and you're going to be able to access that part as if you already were there. And when you do that, you're going to change. Your thoughts are going to change, your feelings are going to change, and your actions are going to change. And as a result, so will your circumstances. So try that out. Whatever your creative medium is, try it out. Make your own hypersigil. Thanks for watching this episode of Mind Mastery. If you enjoyed, remember to subscribe up there because we've got regular videos that come out every Wednesday and Saturday. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions about the process, or want to share what your method of making a hypersigil is going to be, share that down in the comments below. If you want to keep watching, check out the video linked on screen. And if you haven't already, remember to check out my new Lucid Dreaming audio course. It's a 14-part audio course as well as 3 bonus relaxation tracks that guide you through the process from the beginning of lucid dreaming, having your first lucid dream, all the way to advanced stuff like creating your own dream worlds and stuff like that. So check it out, there'll be a link to that at the top of the screen. And also, if you haven't already, remember to check out my new ebook, which is 4 Steps to Manifesting Anything. And it goes through the 4 steps of getting your thoughts, feelings, actions, and circumstances in check so that you can manifest the things that you want in your life. That will also be linked at the top of the screen. Thank you guys for watching once again. Take care.